Welcome to my stamina Nightblade build for ESO. Um, First off, let me just start off showing you my character sheet, and then we'll go over that. So as you can see, I have 3K stam recovery, uh, only 3,000 weapon damage on the bow, pretty much 1,400 stam recovery, 30K max stam. But that number there, I don't, with the weapon damage, I want you to take this into mind, that with this master bow, it actually increases that damage by 344. So that number there, even though it may seem small, it actually is increased when I use a poison injection. So it actually goes up to about 3,100 weapon damage with the bow. And then I'll show you the two hand. And like I said, take into mind that this, once I proc the master bow, you will set about almost at 4K weapon damage, 2,800 stam recovery, almost 30K max stam. The armor set that I'm wearing on this build is the same as before. And I'm gonna go to, you guys will get a first look at the build, because this fucking guy here, but anyways, well, let me move real quick. Alright. Well, I guess this will be the first time you see someone PvP in their build video, but anyways, let me go in stealth so I can finish this video. My chest, my head and shoulder are Engine Guardian. I do want the V16. The body is going to be Twice Born, 3-piece agility. Now, as you can see, the only thing different in this build that I did was I run Purge, and it is the efficient Purge is the morph. You want to use that one for this build to save your magicka. So if you can use Purge, this build is for that. Now the reason that I'm running Purge and Shadowy Disguise over Dark Cloak is because I wanted to try something out where the Nightblade could increase its survivability. I think you guys all have noticed that the Nightblade, once it's out of stealth, it kind of loses its survivability. Unless you're just really good at 1vxing. And so I figured that the way that I could shut down gankers, the way I could shut down Sorks and mitigate some of their damage was by running Purge. And the way that I could increase my damage is by running Shadowy Disguise, which guarantees a crit. Now, the reason that I wear the Engine Guardian is because as a Stam Nightblade, you don't have a lot of magicka, and so the proc chance of me getting magicka back from the Engine Guardian will help that survivability. But with the Purge, you can purge Piercing Mark, you can purge Malicious Curse, you can purge the Templars, Total Eclipse. Purge is just one of those abilities that, why not use it? You know what I mean? Why not see what it has to offer? And then it gets rid of dots. So if a Dragon Knight, if it's a magic Dragon Knight, he's using the Flame Whip or Lava Whip, and he's putting that dot on you. I think Power Lash knocks you out of Cloak. So if you could purge that off and go into Cloak, why not? I wanted to pretty much do something different with this build and show people that you don't have to run the what everybody else is running, and it'll work just fine. So this build here, once again, and I'll show you the character sheet, is 3,100 now in stealth with the bow, and if you proc this master's bow, you will have 3,500 weapon damage, that easy. And then the same thing here with the two-hand. If I proc that master's bow, I'll be at 4,200 weapon damage. The big thing about this build is that the master bow complements it so well. I won't want to say you do need it, but it would benefit the build a lot if you had it. The skills that I run is Poison Injection, Shadowy Disguise, Purge, Shuffle, and Relentless Focus. A lot of people ask me, why do I use shuffle over blur or double take? Well, shuffle, let's find it here. Shuffle increases the dodge chance just like blur does, but it has that perk of immunity of snare effects, caltrops, just a stun from a stampede. Anything that someone's going to put in you is going to slow down your mobility, and that's key to a Nightblade. It's going to get rid of it, whereas blur won't. So why not run something that's going to increase your survivability? And things of that nature. I've decided also that I want to go werewolf on this build for the stem recovery. So on my bow bar is my support bar, and that's what I'm going to use to escape most of the time, to recover my resources, going stealth. So I wanted to max that out. So I sit at 3K, almost 3100 stem recovery. Now you don't have to run the Ancient Guardian, but this build actually survives a lot better with it. So I just figured, you could put on Bloodspawn, One Piece, Mola Kenna, but then when you run, let's say you actually purge off a lot more, like you're purging like crazy, and then you try to hit a cloak, well, boom, now you're out of resources and you gotta wait for it to go back up. Or you could have the Ancient Guardian proc Magicka possibly, and then give you those resources back a lot faster, and you can stay in the fight. Um, so that's why I do that on my two-hand bar. I still, again, don't run the Executioner, because with this build here, you have the enough damage to where you don't need an Executioner. Um, Ambush and surprise attack. Surprise attack is going to be your main DPS. You want to weave in a heavy attack in there, and Soul Harvest. And the reason you want to run Soul Harvest is because that werewolf takes a lot of ultimate to gain. But with Soul Harvest on, it'll help you gain it a lot quicker. So that way, if you do get into like a 1vx situation, you'll be able to survive a lot better. You can transform. And the werewolf in this update it's a monster. It literally is. I'm not going to make this video too long, so let's go ahead and get into these champ points. I have 20 target candies to help with that Magicka recovery, and I have 100 in the Mooncalf. I wanted to max out my stem recovery, and I also wanted this perk here. When running, increase movement off speed by 2%, and while running, it increases your health and Magicka regen by 10%. So once again, that helps with the purge, that helps with the health recovery and things like that. So that's why you want to. That's why you want to do that. You want to get that perk there. And then I have the rest into Warlord, and so that helps out like that. The lady, once again, I have 100 points in a Hardy, 20 in the Elemental Defender, and you really want, as a stand build, you want to get this perk here called Unchained. For all stand builds, it's one of the best passives ever. When you get CC'd and you break that, all your stamina abilities cost 80% less for 3 seconds. I don't see why you wouldn't want that. And then for my tree, because I don't run an Executioner, I make sure I hit as hard as possible. So I have 100 points into Mighty, and then I have my other points here. I've heard that this is broken right now, so I didn't put a lot. Just one, and I've been told that that's enough. That's all you need. So that's why I did that. So you get this perk here, which also helps with that Werewolf ultimate. If you fall below 20% health, it grants you 18 ultimate over 8 seconds. So you have a lot of things giving you ultimate that will help with that Werewolf. If you like transforming like that, I usually do it, but only in like if I have enough people around me to where I'm not going to be the main focus. So yeah, guys, this is my Nightblade video for this patch. I don't have like a cool name for it or anything like that, but I do want you guys to just try it out and see if it works for you. I'm enjoying it a lot. I enjoy the fact that I can actually stay stealth from other Nightblades. I enjoy the fact that I can get the curse off of me from Sorks just by purging. Purge is one of those abilities I don't think anybody really looked at for a stand build, because they're just so used to running things that people have told them they needed to run. But if you guys if you guys try it out, give me any feedback on it. Let me know how it's working for you, and we can probably get in the lab together, man, and work something out. So thank you guys for tuning in for this build video. I'm about to go ahead and post it for you guys, and like I said, just Ask me any questions you have, man. I think you guys will enjoy this build as much as I have.